Okay, welcome. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 2021 Disadvantaged Business Enterprise DBE Certification webinar hosted by the Business Outreach Committee, known as the BOC, in partnership with Norcal Procurement Technical Assistance Center, or Norcal PTAC. We are all delighted that you have joined us and set time aside for us this morning to learn about DBE certification, and we're excited to offer you this event and all the expert knowledge that you're going to receive this morning. My name is Artemis A. Davenport. I am the DBE Program Administrator for the Golden Gate Bridge Highway and Transportation District. The district is a member of the Business Outreach Committee. And who we are a consortium of Bay Area transit and transportation agencies that collectively conduct outreach on an annual basis with the common goal of expanding how our agencies do business with small businesses and just really looking for to increase the DBE community. So I did provide a link in the chat that will give you a little bit more information about who we are and what we do, and that link will direct you to our BOC brochure. One of the benefits of the BOC is you have direct access to the small business advocates representing each of these agencies. Our committee is made up of about 26 Bay Area transit and transportation agencies. So we are a wonderful, wonderful group and very pleased to offer you this webinar. There's a lot of information to cover today, so we have allotted 2 hours for this event. We might not take up all that time, but please take advantage to get your questions answered. You have the opportunity to communicate with the certifiers from 5 different certifying agencies that are represented here today, as well as you're going to hear information from Norcal PTAC that will talk about some free DBE supportive services that they offer you. So with that said, we are going to move into the panelists, the presenters, to introduce themselves, and as well as the supporting certifying agencies will also introduce themselves. So I am going to turn it over, but before we get into the presenters, the introductions, I do want to remind you that at any time, if you do need to drop off of the webinar, no worries. We are recording this session, this webinar, and also we will post the presentation on the district's website at www.goldengate.org. In addition, I will send a copy of the presentation after this webinar to all the registrants, just so you have it today. Also, I do want to remind you that after the conclusion of this webinar, you should receive a survey. Please complete the survey. We want to hear from you. You know, the outreach that we do offer, the best way to improve on that experience is to receive that feedback from the ones that are receiving the outreach. So please take a moment to fill out the survey. Okay, we're going to move into introducing our presenters. The presenters will introduce themselves. Again, my name is Artemis A. Davenport. I'll be hosting, help facilitating this webinar. I will then now turn it over to Olga, to VTA, to introduce their staff.
Hi, I'm Olga Medina. I'm the Office of Business Diversity Programs Manager at the VTA. With me are Jennifer Mena. Jennifer is a management analyst. She's only been with VTA for a year. Hi, Jennifer.
Good morning, everyone.
And then we have Thomas Lee. Thomas? Thomas is also Thomas is also a management analyst, and he is our actually one of our certifiers. Both Jennifer and Thomas do certification. Thomas is more in the DBE program, so if you ever have any questions on applications, Thomas is a good person to know. And with that, I'll let Liz Brazil from Norcal PTAC introduce herself. Unmute.
Sorry about that. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. My name is Liz Brazil. I'm the procurement specialist with Norcal PTAC, and I'm looking forward to sharing the different types of services available to you through Norcal PTAC. And with that, I'll turn it over to Tima.
Awesome, thank you. And then there are certifying agencies that are with us as well. If you guys would mind introducing yourselves.
Hello,
this is Sheila. I'm sorry, Kamal. Okay, this is Sheila Evans Pegues. You have to look at my lovely name there. I'm with the San Francisco Municipal Transportation Agency, and I am also a certifier.
My name is Curtis Williams. I am with the Caltrans Office of Civil Rights, and I'm a certifier as well.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kamal Hubbard, and I am the DBE administrator at Samtrans Caltrain.
Good morning, everyone. This is Jotanesh Ram here, and I am in the Office of Civil Rights in the Certification Department at Bay Area Rapid Transit.
Awesome, and I believe that concludes all our certifiers that are with us this morning. So let's go over a little housekeeping to help us facilitate a successful event. I do want to let you know that if you only see the panelists' names and your name, that doesn't mean that you are joining this webinar by yourself. There are others. However, the Cisco WebEx platform does allow for anonymous participation, so you're not alone. The Q&A panel, the panelists will answer the questions using the Q&A panel. If you do not see this panel, if you are on a desktop, please click on the view at the top of your screen and scroll down to panels. You'll all see a drop-down list that will say manage panels, and you can add the Q&A or the chat box or any of the panels that we'll use today if you don't see those, and add them to your current panels. If you're on a smartphone or a smart device, there's the little ellipses, the little 3 dots. You can click on that and then you should see your panels there. If for whatever reason the screen freezes or you lose audio, the best advice I can give you is to disconnect and then try to reconnect. The chat box will be used for links to resources. So again, I mentioned the Business Outreach Committee brochure. There's a link there that will direct you to that brochure. And any other resources that the certifying agencies would like to drop, we'll use the chat box to do that. If your question might slide into the chat box, no worries. We will make sure that we address it. But for consistency, if you could please submit your questions in the Q&A panel. Again, this event is being recorded, and the presentation and recording will be available on the district's website at goldengate.org, hopefully by the end of this week. But again, I will send the presentation to all the registrants. There is a little bit of extra information if you won't be able to stay with us towards the end. We do have provided some upcoming contracting opportunities for various agencies. So make sure you take a look at some opportunities. there. So without delay, we are going to go ahead and get started and move into our presentation. Again, submit your questions. These are the experts that are reviewing your application and certifying your firm. So without delay, I will pass the ball to Olga, who will be presenting on the information.
Okay.
And,
Okay,
okay,
welcome
there you go.
everyone. Here are the training objectives. This is the stuff that we're going to be going over today, and you can read for yourselves. We're going to go over what is the DBE program objectives, background, what are operating administrations, what our roles and responsibilities are between us and the operating administrations. We're going to talk a little about the California UCP, California Unified Certification Program, and we'll let you know who the certifying agencies are, because we also have some Southern California certifying agencies, and we'll let you know about those as well. We'll talk about the benefits of certification, how you are eligible as a DBE. We'll go a little bit over the application process. And then we'll talk about maintaining your certification, and then we'll give you tips on what to do once you're certified. So first of all, what is a DBE? A DBE is a for-profit, must be a for-profit small business concern. It must be at least 51% owned by an individual who is both socially and economically disadvantaged. Or if there's more than one owner, both individuals must be both socially and economically disadvantaged. We will cover the meaning of socially and economically disadvantaged individuals later in this presentation. In the case of a corporation, 51% of the company stock owned by one or more individuals, and the firm must be managed and controlled by one or more of the socially and economically disadvantaged individuals who own it. We will also cover what it means to be managed and controlled later in the presentation. Okay, let's see. Okay, the DBE program objectives. Okay, it's the DBE program is regulated in the Code of Federal Regulations 49 CFR Part 26. So the objectives are, so maybe another name for this slide could be, why do we have a DBE program? The DBE program is U.S. DOT's answer to help remove discrimination and the effects of past discrimination. And its objectives are to ensure non-discrimination in the award and administration of DOT-assisted contracts in the department's highway, transit, and airport financial assisted programs. The second one is to create a level playing field where DBEs can compete fairly for DOT-assisted contracts. We also have an objective to help remove barriers so DBEs can participate in DOT-assisted contracts, and also to ensure that only firms that meet the eligibility standards are permitted to participate in the DOT-assisted contracts. To assist the development of firms that can compete successfully in the marketplace outside of the DBE program, and to promote the use of DBEs in all types of federally assisted contracts and procurement activities. Okay. To talk about the DBE program, we want to help you understand a bit of the background that leads up to the DBE program as we know it now. When DOT wants to make a change to rules, they issue a notice of proposed rulemaking. This provides agencies, contractors, small businesses to participate in the rulemaking and provide their input on what DOT is proposing. Once they've received input, they issue a notice of final rulemaking, and it becomes, quote unquote, the law. So you can see on this slide that in 1983, Congress enacted the first Business a disadvantaged business statutory provision, which required DOT to ensure that at least 10% of the funds authorized for the Highway and Transit Federal Financial Assistance Programs be expended with DBEs. In 1987, Congress reauthorized and amended this program. Congress added women to the groups presumed to be disadvantaged. In 1999, Part 26 was introduced. It was previously Part 23, and also the state unified certification programs were developed. The last change from DOT was in 2014, and it made the DBE application uniform across all states. It also allowed agencies to suspend firms that do not respond to a request for additional information, and suspend firms whose owners are incarcerated or died to allow us time to determine ownership and control, part of the eligibility requirements. Okay. There are three primary DOT operating administrations involved in the DBE program. They are the Federal Transit Administration, the Federal Highway Administration, and the Federal Aviation Administration. The DBE program is carried out by state and local transportation agencies under the rules and guidelines in the Code of Federal Regulations, Title 49, Part 26. The FAA also maintains a separate DBE program for concessions in airports. They're now together, actually. So what are the roles and responsibilities? So this is how the program works. The DOT develops rules, as I just covered, and regulations for the program. They provide us with guidance and oversight on all the certification, and they also review appeals on certification decisions. I'll cover a little bit more about appeals later, but that's the role of the Department of Transportation. Our role, the state and local transportation agencies, also known as recipients, the first thing we need to do is we need to establish overall DBE goals every 3 years. We need to establish contract-specific DBE goals on applicable contracts. We need to ensure eligibility of DBE firms, and we do this through the certification process. And we monitor and enforce DBE program requirements. Slide. Okay, the California Unified Certification Program. Who is and what is the California Unified Certification Program? As mentioned in our other slide, Unified Certification Programs were developed in 1999. The California UCP. So what happened is that all states across the United States had to have a unified certification program. Used to be we went to each agency and got certified. So they got rid of that. As I said, we have both Northern and Southern California, and we had to write a memorandum of understanding across the certification agencies so that we could outline everything that we were going to be doing, so we would have consistency. And it really unifies the certification programs across the state. Now, not all members of the CUCP are certifying agencies. You've met a few this morning, but they are participants and they assist the certifying agencies in any way that they can. For example, Tima, or Artemise, our host today, she is not a certifying agency, but this is how she helps us by, allowing us this type of program to introduce the certifications. The CUCP offers one-stop shopping, allowing DBE firms and prime contractors access to all certified agencies across the state. Firms receive certifications at one agency, and we meet monthly to approve all these certifications and review these certifications. So here's a website. I think we have changed that website, or is that still the correct one? Curtis, can you help me on that one? Okay, Curtis is not
Yes,
on.
I'm sorry. That looks to be the same. Yes, the same website.
Okay, thank you, Curtis.
You're
All right.
welcome.
All right. So yeah, we'll be talking about that later on. So here's a list of all the Northern California. I think you met somebody from each of these, except for San Francisco Airport. So you met somebody from each one of these agencies. Again, we'll have these slides ready for you, so you don't need to take notes on it. These are the Southern California certification agencies that we work with, and they are also part of the CUCP. So what are some of the benefits of certification? Why do I want to be certified? So transit agencies and other state and local agencies recognize our DBE certification. Even if they don't have federally assisted contracts and just want to improve their diversity numbers, they seek certified firms. When firms are DBE certified, they are entered into our CUCP database, where they are accessible to prime contractors seeking to fulfill their contract goal requirements. This list of DBE certified firms is also used to provide notification of upcoming events such as procurement fairs, meet the primes, meet the buyer events. So you are included in a database, and we send out information to you through that database. DBE eligibility. How do you determine if you are eligible for DBE certification? Listed here are the things that we look for when determining eligibility. We will go over them as we move through the slides, but you must be both socially and economically disadvantaged. You must meet the SBA business size standard. You must demonstrate true ownership and control. You must be an independent firm, and you must be below the threshold of the personal net worth cited in the regulations. Again, we'll go over this as we move on. The first one is ownership. To be a DBE, you must be at least 51% owned by both. It must be owned by both socially and economically disadvantaged individuals. So what does it mean to be socially disadvantaged? First, the owner must be either a U.S. citizen or have a lawfully admitted permanent residence. Then the owners must be part of the ethnic groups that we have shown here. There are on a case-by-case basis, there are others that may qualify. And if there are others that are interested in that, you can look at Appendix E at 49 CFR Part 26. And so what does it mean to be economically disadvantaged? The owner's personal net worth must not be over 1.32 million. The PNW statement is part of the DBE application, and it must be notarized. So you may have to print out that that PNW statement and go get it notarized. I believe right now we're waiving the notarized during this COVID, and we do have some COVID guidelines as we move through the slides. But just to mention, but nonetheless, you will have to get it notarized once this is all over and done with. Okay. To be eligible for DBE certification, the majority owner must have control over its business. This means that the owner is free of any formal or informal restrictions that could affect their ability to own or control the firm. The firm must be an independent business. It cannot rely on any other business or individual for its survival. You must have, so that's when you go seeking other contracts and you're not just tied in to one contractor. So the 3-year average gross receipts cannot exceed 26.29 million. So we look at this as a 3-year average. Right now, we are undergoing a change. Beginning in 2022, we're changing to a 5-year average. During this year, 2021, we can still use 3 years, or if you, the owners, would like to have the firm reviewed at a 5-year average, we can do it now. It is optional. So we have chosen to I know that at VTA we have chosen to go to stay with the 3-year until we have to change, unless the firm again wants to change. Following are the steps that a certifying agency goes through to process an application. First, we must assign it to a certification analyst. The analyst then will conduct a review to identify missing documentation and may request further clarification. As of March 8th, the California UCP has gone to an online application through the California UCP. This should cut back on some of the missing documentation, as the system does not allow you to move forward until all mandatory documents are uploaded. So after we do a review of the documentation, the analyst will schedule a site visit. It means that they will meet with you and again ask questions, and we do have to perform this site visit. During these times of the pandemic, we have been conducting virtual site visits, and we may also ask you to provide additional documentation at the site visit. The analyst will then review all of the firm's record and make an eligibility recommendation. And then hopefully the certification will be complete. Next, I'm going to cover a little bit about the COVID advisory. Hold on a second. So in light of the COVID pandemic, as I said, we do do interviews using Skype, Zoom, or other applications to interview the firm owners. And during normal times, we visit your office, wherever your office is, that's where we go. And we would take photographs and confirm the owner's presence. So during COVID, what we do is we can do drive-bys, take a picture, make sure that we may also ask you to please take pictures and electronically submit additional. For example, if you have a piece of equipment that's very crucial to your type of work, then we would ask you to please take a picture of these necessary items. Okay, so you can find the online application at the Caltrans website. As I said, just in March 8th, we changed over to the online application. And we're just going to go in there just real quickly, just to show you real quick. If I can get in there.
So Olga, let me share my screen and take us there.
Yeah, it's not, I can't do it. Yeah.
All right. Bear with us. This might be a little tricky. Let's see. Okay, 1 second. Oh. There we go. Can you guys see that?
Yeah, okay, good. So here's what our new online application looks like. And if you'll scroll down, you'll see, you want to click into the, apply or renew. Yeah, apply or renew for your certification. And you can see right there. And so if you're having a new certification, you would say that your firm is not currently certified, and they would take you in there and you can create an account. And it will ask you for information, and usually it's your email address that. Okay, so you put in your tax ID number, and the system will look you up, see if you already have a password or you're already logged in. But it asks you some basic information, and you just keep going from there. It's kind of difficult to show you the rest of it because we don't have any information in here. But we're available to help you navigate this application. So do not be intimidated by this application. It's really a very good, and it once you get going, you can if you start an application and you need to leave the application to go somewhere, just remember you can always just log in and restart that application. Okay, so, all right. So I think we've covered pretty much, yeah.
Just one second, I'm going to pass you back the ball.
Yeah.
Find your name.
Okay, so at the Caltrans website, we have some other information that you might be interested in. So, you always, if you want to look for more information, you can always go to that Caltrans website to get more information. Okay. Interstate certification. I spoke earlier about one-stop shopping with the CUCP certification. One-stop can also be applied across the states. If you want to do business in another state, you must be certified in your home state first. If you want to go do business in Oregon, for example, you must have a California, and you reside in California, you must have a California certification first. Each state varies in their interstate certification. We in California will require a full analysis of another state certification before we can grant certification. So here we have some application tips. They're useful. So the first thing we tell you is that you have the burden of proving your eligibility. So which means that you need to fulfill all the requirements that we spoke about on the DBE eligibility slide. There is a supporting documents checklist when preparing your package for mailing or online submission. Again, we notarize the affidavit of certification, meaning that there's a certification or affidavit towards the end of the application that certifies the fact that you are belong to one of those groups, and you're saying that it does, and sometimes we may have to review that, but most of the time we need to just accept that you've notarized it, and that's your word. You complete each section of the application, make sure that it's all complete, make sure that you fill out your personal net worth statement. It's very important. It's part of the certification, and again, we notarize the personal net worth statement. We notarize it. So right now during COVID, you can go ahead and submit it, but at one point when you can go to get it notarized, we will require you to do so. At the site visit, on-site interview, make sure that you're prepared to discuss all aspects of your business. And if you have questions, you can ask us now, or you can visit your local certifying agency for more information. denials of there are times when the certification analyst will determine that a firm cannot be certified with the information that is provided in the application from the site visit. Either the firm will not meet the eligibility standards, and these are called denials. You will receive a letter from the agency stating that your firm has been denied, and in that letter we give you specific details as to why we would deny you, and denials are appealable to the US DOT. If you have facts that you don't believe that have been considered, you must state why the denial is erroneous, facts that are not considered by the agency, or what regulatory provision was improperly implied. So you can appeal to US DOT and they will review it, and sometimes they ask us to change our decision. Sometimes they agree with us. So it all depends. All right. You are certified. Now what? So we ask you, once you get your certification, let's see, market your firm. For example, if you go into the trouble of making business cards, make sure you include your DBE certification in there and let us know that you are DBE certified. And especially when you're going out to meet a prime, they're very interested in DBE certified firms. I can't tell you how many times firms have come up to me and say they're certified, and then when I look at the business card, it doesn't say so. So be proud and display your certification. Be prepared and proactive. Many times when reviewing a prime's good faith efforts, we will ask a prime, why didn't you select this firm? Often to be disappointed to hear that the firm did not respond to their quote, to the request for a quote. This is your opportunity to work with someone or be on a team. Take advantage of it. Be fair and be practical. Network with other firms. Often, other firms are in the same boat as you. They want to bid, but they can't do the whole job themselves. Get on a team with another firm and bid together. Lastly, we ask that you keep us informed, or that you keep informed on upcoming opportunities. The Business Outreach Committee, this is the committee that's hosting this webinar, also releases a newsletter with all agency upcoming opportunities. Take time to read through them and be ready for them. Remember, if your name is on our database, that means that you are ready, willing, and able. So go for it. So our Timothy has stated that she put in the chat box is that true, Tina, that you have, Tima, you have the
Yes. The
okay.
Business Outreach Committee brochure, there's a link that will take you to that brochure that lists all of our contact information and other information about our group, our committee.
So I know that VTA submitted at least 6 pages worth of upcoming opportunities. So there's opportunities out there. So get certified and get through it. Let's go through certification maintenance. So just like when you buy a new car, you must maintain it by taking it back to the dealer for checkups and maintenance. This is the case of a certified firm. Every year, we send you notification asking if there have been any changes to your business. We need you to respond to that notification. Let us know you're still interested in growing your business and you still qualify for certification. We need to know any changes to ownership, business structure, primary business activity, or if you have a new business activity, you need to tell us about it. So make sure your contact information is still current, and that it's up to date in the CUCP database. So we also, like I mentioned, we send out the annual update affidavits or a 5th-year review process. Failure to respond to this could result in your suspension of your DBE certification. So suspension of a DBE certification. So yeah, life happens. Sometimes the owner is incarcerated or dies. Someone in your firm should let us know immediately. We need to suspend the firm as mentioned before so we can determine who's in charge now and who's in control. There can be other changes that would affect your certification. And when in doubt, just let us know. Don't be caught without your certification if you plan to make your business an ongoing concern. Keep your certification active by providing a no change affidavit and provide us with your firm's last year tax return. And now you can actually upload it into our system and you will be done. So that will be your maintenance. Let your agency know if there's anything that could affect your certification. This will provide you and the agency an opportunity to find solutions. What happens? What happens if your firm is suspended? So you are not eligible for credit toward a DBE goal on a contract. You actually don't even show up on the database. You show up, but you do show up as suspended. A suspended DBE may continue to perform under an existing contract executed before the DBE receives a notice of suspension and may be counted toward the goal. So how do we resolve these DBE certification suspensions? There are different ways to resolve a suspension. The DBE themselves can withdraw, and the DBE can provide the information to support your eligibility under your changed circumstances, if that's what it is. Again, if you're not clear, you're not sure, ask us. We'll tell you. The agency, what we need to do is we need to make an eligible determination trying to resolve this within 30 days. And I need to mention that suspension is not appealable to the U.S. DOT. Okay, so this wraps up our certification presentation portion of today's webinar. We hope we have provided you with enough information to make a decision to certify with us. And we can offer you assistance on a one-on-one basis. We will stop right here and we will answer any questions and that you may have that may not have been answered in the Q&A panel. So Sheila, is there any questions that we need to bring up?
So there is a question that made it in the chat box sent privately. So is this federal DOT or just California? The program, is it federal DOT or is it just the program only applies to California?
No, it is a federal program and it applies across the United States.
Okay, and I also received a question. Can the firm location be a mailbox, a USPS?
Not normally. We definitely need to have somewhere where we can find you, especially when we do site visits. So we normally ask that you don't use a P.O. box.
Okay, I have another question. Are senior citizens and veterans included in these programs, or is there another program?
So senior citizen and veterans, I don't know about the senior citizens. I'm sure that they could qualify if they meet all the eligibility standards. But in veterans, this is not a veteran program. If you are a veteran and you apply for DBE, you can still go through the program. But it is not a veterans program. That is under the SBE certification, and that is done through the Department of General Services. DGS.
Okay, I have a question about NAICS code. If we are a company that offers services of washing cars and shuttles, how do we know what NAICS code we select to be able to compete with bids?
Any NAICS codes experts that want to tackle that one?
Hi, this is Sheila. When it comes to next codes, it can be very confusing, and that's where you can get assistance from an analyst in making that determination. So don't be overly concerned if when filling out the application, you're not sure. You're free to contact an analyst, and we can discuss your particular business and what would be the most appropriate next code to be assigned to your certification should you be approved.
Okay. I do see a few questions that have not been answered in the Q&A. So when women were allowed to be part of the program, does this mean DBE is different than women-owned businesses?
You want to take that over?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Women and minorities are considered disadvantaged business in DBEs. The federal government does not make a distinction between minorities and women. So, and no, the DBE certification is not the same as a WBE certification. It is, in fact, the DBE Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Certification that is under the jurisdiction of the U.S. Department of Transportation. Again, it is a federal program. It should not be confused with MBE or WBE programs.
Great, thank you, Sheila. You said, so I mean, I'm assuming this is Olga, you said that there were some changes added in the chart of the history. What happens if the DBE owner passes? I think you might have answered that.
Right.
And does the certification get canceled? Is it put on hold? Can you please elaborate on that?
Yes, we do suspend a firm, and we contact you and we discuss what's going on in cases. In some cases, maybe the owner has stipulated somewhere that the you know, their daughter or their son has acquired the business. So there's different circumstances for different, you know, for everybody. Talk to us. We will guide you. We want you to stay certified.
Awesome, thank you. And although this is not a question, but I do want to encourage and thank the person that submitted this comment. They mentioned that they have used the online tool to recertify last year, and it was very friendly and easy to navigate. So some encouragement there.
I'm trying to put my there.
Okay,
Awesome.
I believe all of the questions have been answered. Oh, wait, let's see. Okay, what if I'm a DBE and the owner is a woman? How many certifications can I have?
DBE certifications, you only get one DBE certification. Again, you know, I see a question on here that if, you know, is it certification good? And in Southern California, your certification is a one-stop. And yes, in the state of California, you only get certified for DBE once. Now you can go out and get MWBE. We have several programs at VTA. We have the LGBT. We have the veterans. You can go out and get those, but you can only get one DBE certification. Thank you.
Okay, and I see one last question here that wasn't answered. Can you elaborate on personal net worth in regards to pension accounts? How do you value a pension that depends on how long you live?
Anyone out there want to tackle that one? Curtis?
Yes, I'm actually giving that question some thought. I will circle back around to that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, great. That looks like that's all the questions. And again, if there's other questions that come to mind, we do have one, we'll hear from Liz to present, but we will have time. We may be able to open it up so you can unmute and ask your questions. So now we're going to switch gears. I'm going to turn it over to Liz Brazil to talk about what's free and available to you to get you the help that you need to complete your application. Go ahead, Liz. Thank you.
Thank you, Tima, and thank you, Olga. That was a great presentation. I just want to thank also the BOC members for partnering with Norcal PTAC for this training and for everyone for joining us. My name is Liz Brazil. As mentioned, I'm the Norcal Procurement Technical Specialist. And prior to joining Norcal PTAC, I used to work 15 years with BART, 12 years with Alameda County Transportation Commission, and about 8 years with the Santa Clara VTA. And in that capacity, I had help with small and disadvantaged business enterprise programs. PTAC, Norcal PTAC is funded in part through a cooperative agreement with the Defense Logistic Agency and other state departments. We assist with local, state, federal, and also tribal government contracting. Our mission is to help businesses compete and succeed in the government marketplace. There's approximately 94 PTACs nationwide, 7 in California. As you see in the map, there's a green one. That is the service area for Norcal PTAC. If you're joining us from an area that's not within our service area, that's no problem. All of these PTACs provide the same no-cost services to you. And that's probably something that you want to remember. Everything that we provide is free. There's no cost. In 2019, PTAC serviced over 57,000 clients and helped them win over $24 billion in government contracts and subcontracts. That's quite significant, and it's continuing to grow. Okay. Oops, I'm sorry. Okay. Norcal PTAC has 3 core services that we provide to our clients. There's a one-on-one counseling. Every single client is assigned a counselor. And there's about 8 counselors averaging over 35 years of experience, from government to state to local. And what we do is that we help you win and compete in the government marketplace. We also offer custom bid matching. And this is a service that's normally a fee, but it's free to all clients. And what it does is it searches all of the federal, state, and local databases and matches your keywords in your certain work areas. And once it finds a match, it sends it to you via email. So every day you'll be receiving notification of contracting opportunities. And once you start gathering those opportunities, you can call us back if you need assistance. We also help you review and submit proposals. And lastly, we offer resources. There's a lot of resources that's available to you, and also trainings such as this DBE certification. But there's many, many areas that we also provide: contracting, outreach, networking, and so on. In 2020, our clients won more than $314 million in our service area. And that is continuing to grow. Even in this COVID-19 area, we're continuing to increase those contracting. You can sign up and apply. And here's our website where you can do that. It's norcalptac.org. Or you can also, if you're not within our service area, you can also find other PTACs with this link. Okay. Oops. Okay. Norcal PTAC services. We, as I mentioned, we offer a one-on-one counseling. We will assist you in obtaining your DUNS number. We have a direct line. We can also assist you with your system award management registration, and we can walk you through the whole process. And once you're registered, you'll be ready to do government contracting. But in addition, we can also assist you with your small business certification, your disadvantaged business certification, and other one like HubZone, 8A, and we also have a women-owned small business certification and economically disadvantaged women-owned small business. So there's many certifications out there. We can even assist you with the supplier clearinghouse certification. So that's one of the areas. But in addition, a lot of other ones like crafting capability statement. This is very similar to your resume. And sometimes a lot of businesses have this capability statement, or sometimes referred to as statement of qualifications. We can help you draft it. We can even provide you with a template. And any certification that you have or any other system information, differentiation, qualifications, we can help you put that together. Another thing too is if you're selling products, we can help you do market research. Where is the government spending those products, and assist you with that. Also, we have a lot of networking opportunities where you can actually market to government agencies. We have many partners throughout the state of California, including the business outreach committees and Caltrans. So, and all of the state agencies also participate. We can help you do a proposal review. As I mentioned, I have 35 years experience in government contracting. So I'm very familiar with some proposal reviews, but in areas where I'm not, we have 7 other counselors that can assist you. We can also help you with post-award support. Now you are awarded contract, what's next? There's a lot of questions about contract review, change orders, amendments. We can also help you review those. Anything related to federal, state, local, travel contracting, we can assist you with. So, and one of those things I really enjoy about working here is being able to work with clients and help them win government contracting. In addition to a lot of things that we have in our Norcal PTAC website, we have a lot of resources for you. In fact, if you're interested in the DBE program, we have a link there. And also information about local contracting, state contracting, federal contracting. We can assist you with Cal eProcure, or we can assist you with Caltrans Contractors Corner. And also we have a listing of counties and city procurement websites. So there's a lot of things that you can find, resources for small businesses. And these are some of the things that we can assist you at no cost. Okay. And of course, continue to attend webinars. We have a variety of upcoming webinars listed in our website. And also, if you are not able to attend, we record and we also post past webinars. So come and join us, apply for Norcal PTAC, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. And I think that's it. If you have any questions, please let me know. And I'll turn this over to Tima. Hi, Tima.
I'm here. I'm just slow with trying to maneuver everything. Thank you so very much, Liz, for that great information that you shared. The key word, magic word is free. Do not go out and pay someone $500 or $1,000 to help you complete your DBE application. It's been heard that folks are spending money to hire consultants to help them with their application. You have a wealth of expert certifiers that will be able to help you answer questions, as well as the services Norcal PTAC offers. So please reach out to the certifiers to get help. With that, let's see, make sure there's
Oh,
there's some questions in the Q&A.
yeah. Tima, can I
Yes.
ask a question?
Yes.
We assist clients with their DBE application. Now, some certifying agency have it online, web hosted. Are all certifying agency are now online?
That's going to be a question for Curtis or one of the certifiers. Are you asking, do all firms, are they supposed to submit their application, their certification application online? Is that your question?
No, I know VTA has the B2G now where it's web hosted system where they can just apply online, upload their documents.
Yeah, I
But
want to speak for Caltrans. That's that website that we went to. That's where you start with the online application, and that is B2G.
Okay.
But Curtis can elaborate more.
Yeah, Curtis has actually posted the website on chat room.
Oh, perfect.
Yes, so this is Curtis. Going forward, we highly encourage all firms to submit their DBE/ACDB application and all the supporting documents online to the certifying agency that, you know, whichever certifying agency you're applying to. All members of the CUCP are now with B2G, and we're accepting online applications.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, this is a question for, I'll start with the question first and then end with the comment about Norcal PTAC. Is signing up free, requirements needed? Liz, that's your question.
What's that? Excuse
Is
me?
signing up free?
Yes.
Are there requirements needed?
No, you can just click on Norcal PTAC and click on apply. It's free to sign up and it's free to continue receiving all of the 3 core services. We don't charge for anything.
Okay, so I'll read the comment. Someone commented that I have participated in most of the programs that Liz is describing, and I've had the opportunity that to use her as a couch and has helped me tremendously at growing best work. So kudos to you, Liz and Norcal PTAC.
There is another comment. There's another comment in there that says, I am using PTAC and my counselor, Alex, is great. She takes me step by step through each process, and it's not just an overview like many programs. We meet weekly.
Oh, that
Wonderful.
is fantastic.
Beautiful.
Yeah, when I retired from VTA, I started working for Norcal PTAC, and I have now over 900 clients from various different types of industries, and they are amazed about how things are free. As you know, Tima mentioned, somebody was being charged over $1,000 just to get assistance with their DBE application. We assist you in every single step for free. And in addition, you have all of these BOC members and certifying agency to assist you, and they don't charge you anything. So just like Thema said, you know, if there's anything that you can remember about this presentation, you know, DBE application support are all free.
Yes, and so let's scroll on down. So as I mentioned, we definitely want to thank the all the presenters this morning for taking the time to share this information with all of you. Please take advantage of us. We, all the agencies represented here do have DBE programs, so we have set overall DBE goals that we're trying to meet and even exceed. And so, you know, we are always looking to work with DBEs and to even connect them with the primes that are awarded many of our contracts. So please, if you can, don't just start the application and then you just revisit it a year from now. We are in a time where we are hurting, small businesses are hurting, transit agencies are hurting. So we definitely encourage you to start the application, complete it, and we are here to definitely help you. So with that said, I do want to quickly move through upcoming contracting opportunities. I encourage you all to register as a vendor for each of the agencies. Again, going back to the BOC brochure, there is the website for each agency member is listed. All of the agencies, the unfortunate thing is there's not a one-stop shop for registering as a vendor for all of the agencies or transit agencies in California. There is one-stop shop for certification, but you will have to, again, visit each agency's website, register as a vendor so that you're informed of contracting opportunities that are available. As you can see, the Alameda County Transportation Commission has opportunities. The Napa Valley Transportation Authority has a few opportunities. San Francisco Bay Ferry, Marin Transit, AC Transit, Golden Gate Bridge, Santa Clara Valley Transportation Authority, VTA, all have opportunities listed here. Please take advantage and register today as a vendor so that you're notified. And please complete the vendor registration. So you want to include all of the NAICS codes that your firm, the services your firm provides, which is how some of these vendor, we're speaking for Golden Gate, when we post solicitations to our website, we do use our vendor registration with all the NAICS codes that match that solicitation, and you'll be notified of that opportunity. So that's very important to make sure you're including all of your information, all of your certifications in each agency's vendor registration. So with that said, I believe we can open it up. If you have additional questions and you'd like to speak, I believe I can unmute you. If not, we are well within our time. This presentation does go until noon. So I'll continue to monitor the chat or the Q&A for a couple minutes. And if we don't receive any questions or no one requests to unmute, we just thank you all for your time and hope you have a wonderful day and a good lunch and to stay safe. So at this time, let's see. Okay, again, how do I get the BOC brochure? If you scroll in the chat box at the that was the very first link that was added to the chat box. There's a link there, it will direct you to the brochure. If you have issues and you can't find it in the chat, if you go on goldengate.org on the Golden Gate Bridge website, goldengate.org, click on Doing Business, and you will see to the left there is a Business Outreach Committee. Our page is there, the Business Outreach Committee page. Just click on that and you'll get the brochure. In addition to the newsletters, we do publish quarterly newsletters. As well as some of our past events and recordings are also, you will be able to find that there on Golden Gate's website. Is there a contact for goods as well? Is there a contract for goods as well? I'm not sure I understand that. So if you would like to be taken off of mute, you can ask your question. Hi, Melissa.
Hi.
Hi.
I was just asking like if there's contracts for instead of services for goods instead of services.
Uh, I think I think so, yes. So we have like stuff like ID patches. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, we buy supplies, especially during this COVID. We went out and bought a lot of personal protection equipment, masks and hand sanitizers, and you know, just did a lot of business with suppliers on getting some PPE, personal protection.
I
You
see.
can see we have ID patches. We have, right now we have one out there that's replaced all the ceiling tiles at River Oaks at one of our buildings. And what we're doing is that we bought the ceiling tiles. We just need an installer. Yeah, so there's all kinds of different, I mean, we buy everything. We buy office supplies. We buy um, all kinds of supplies and goods.
Thank
So,
you.
so it's up to you to go again, as Tima mentioned, you go up into our websites and you register to be a vendor so that you can receive all the solicitations that apply to your NAICS code.
Thank you for that.
Mhm.
You're welcome. And that would be the same for Golden Gate. On our doing business page, there is a picture. When you click on doing business, there's also a contact sheet. It gives you information to our procurement folks and also lists some of the things that Golden Gate buys as well. There is another question. What is the purpose of the site visit?
Sheila, this is a good one for you. Sheila?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
The site visit. It provides the analyst an opportunity to meet with you, to talk about your business. It's essentially an interview where we learn about your business, what your role is, and those of the principals in your business. There's a standardized questionnaire that all the UCP analysts use or certifying agencies use. Generally, on-sites take about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how much or information we need to gather, depending on if there's one owner versus multiple owners, or if we need to interview other owners besides the primary. Also we will also look over contracts while on site. We'll look over financial information such as bank account, statements, or whatever other documents an analyst will deem necessary to review during the on-site visit. We are conducting them virtually now during this pandemic, so it is not the same as in person. We also generally take photographs of your business site, signage that you may have, office spaces, and so forth. We can't do that now. We generally will ask the applicant to provide us photographs. Sometimes they're able also, the applicant can walk around his or her particular space. That can be helpful. Although right now there are a lot of the on-sites are being conducted by at the home virtually of the DBE applicant, so that may not be possible to necessarily see the office under the current circumstance. But essentially, it's an interview. Provides us the opportunity to see if, in fact, you have a legitimate business set up and that you know about the business. And that's essentially it. But that's the purpose of the on-site visit. It is required by the U.S. Department of Transportation that an on-site visit be conducted for all applications. So that is another reason we have to conduct the visit. Does that answer your question?
I'm pretty sure it does. If it doesn't, please submit that in the Q&A or request to be unmute. There's another question here. The CUCP application covers the entire state. Would we just need to register with each agency?
So
Um,
go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah. So I was just going to say that yeah, you need to apply for a DBE certification with the CUCP, and there's only one certification throughout the state of California. So even if you go to Central Valley, if you go to Southern California, wherever, we accept that certification. Thank you.
Okay, and are we as suppliers needed to stock materials to be supplied and have storage facilities? How about I just unmute?
So who wants to take? I can take that. Or Curtis, did you want to take it?
No, go right ahead.
No, currently under the current regulations for DOT, to be a supplier, you do have to have essentially, I guess, a storefront, if you will. You have to have stock. You have to show that you, in fact, have goods to sell. And you can't just simply be, let's say, a broker, if you will, that you take an order and then you get it filled. You do definitely have to be set up as a, I guess the best term is a storefront. In other words, people can actually can walk in and actually look at the stock that you have and purchase that stock. That's a common question for suppliers. If any of the other analysts like to chime in, please do so.
This is Curtis. I would also just add what Sheila said is absolutely correct, and the business should be able to operate inside and outside of the DBE program. So, it should be a functioning business that, can operate not just on DBE business alone.
Awesome. I do want to go back to when we were showing the opportunities, contracting opportunities for the various agencies. I do have a question here that says, are these opportunities available to all, not just DBE? That is, that's correct. The opportunities are available to all businesses. Does PTAC support firm located in Sonoma and Napa? Liz?
Yes, we do. We actually support all the way down to, I guess, Santa Clara. So apply at Norcal PTAC and we will be able to assist you. Oh, if you want to also, I think here's the map. So Sonoma and Napa is included in there. Yeah, let us know. Again, sign up at Norcal PTAC and we can get you started. Another thing too that we can help you, as I mentioned, is we can assist you in helping you find contracting opportunities. So in addition to the BOC members, we can assist you with Cal eProcure, which is the California State Database, and Caltrans. So if you'd like to work with different various districts, we can help you with a contractor's corner. We can assist you with minor B contracts and emergency contracts. Tina?
Awesome. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So, okay, and then does PTAC assist clients with bid estimating? I believe you answered that. That would be yes.
We don't help you with your pricing. We don't help you with your cost proposal, but we can assist you with a read through of the documents. We can assist you with review of the sample agreement. And then we can also help you develop a checklist to make sure that your proposal or bid is responsive and responsible bidder. So we can go through all of the documents, the forms, and everything else except pricing.
Okay, great. I believe that covers all of the questions that I see. Okay, let's see. There is one, I'm not sure if we responded here. Is that the same case if we are a DBE? Do we need to apply to MBE? I'm not sure. Let's see. Mr. Martinez, do you mind if I unmute you to ask your question? Let's see. Maybe this answered. And again, back to the personal net worth question, the questions that the certifiers need to have a little bit more thought on, we will definitely respond to you with the answers. So you will all get a response.
Yeah, this is Curtis Williams from Caltrans. That actually was a very that was an excellent question earlier about the personal net worth and retirement and 401ks and and how that's calculated. I would rather I will provide information to everyone that's on the call today. I just want to do a little some research into that and then just provide an overall, basically. Thorough response to that. So within the next 3 to 5 days, I'll be answering that question and I'll get that information out to everyone.
Awesome, Curtis. Thank you. And here's a question. Do you assist with HRSA programs? I'm not sure if that's a question. Is that a question for Liz or for the agencies?
I'm not familiar with HRA program.
HRSA.
HRSA. I'm not even know what. So
I'm just as stuck as you. Let's see. Let me see if the gentleman would like to be off of mute.
Norcal PTAC is a procurement technical assistance center. So we do assist with procurement. We also have the SBDC, which is the Small Business Development Center. And if that is pertaining license, permits, or financial loans, then that's with the SBDC. So again, I'm sorry, I just don't know what's HRSA.
Health related. And I'm still quite not sure that I understand.
We do assist with, construction, professional services, supplies. So anything that, government buys and sells, any construction we can assist with. That's including services related to health.
Okay, and can PTAC also help with other certifications like DGS and CBE? I'm not sure what CBE stands for.
Now, Norcal PTAC can assist with the Cal eProcure small business certification through the Department of General Services. We can assist you with that. We can assist you with a disadvantaged business enterprise. And again, we'll walk you through the whole process. But in addition, there's other federal certification like 8A, HubZone, women-owned business, economically disadvantaged women-owned business. And I know I'm missing some other ones, so I do apologize, but everything is listed in the Norcal PTAC website. And we have other counselors who can are experienced in those areas like 8A and HubZone, and also women-owned business, so we can assist you with those. My area is actually small business and disadvantaged business enterprise, but there's cross-training everywhere, so we're learning a lot.
So I just learned something. CBE, Community Business Enterprise. That's something new that I haven't heard of before. Do you assist with
I
Community
haven't heard
Business
about
Enterprise?
that till today. So I will ask and find out if we do have any such certification.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay, well, it is 11:31. Again, we have allotted this time for you to please ask your questions or any other information sharing or encouragement to other participants that might be on the call. I'll give it about another minute before we wrap up today. You're so welcome. Someone said, thank you. This was very helpful. That is the intent. We would like to offer meaningful outreach and information and assistance. So you are very welcome. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Liz, I'm sorry.
I just like to add, there's a lot of infrastructure projects coming up. The Biden administration just added an additional $889 million toward projects for different various states, but this also includes local and special districts. In addition, we have Senate Bill 1, which is often referred to as the, oh my gosh, I forgot, but it's the Transportation Act of 2017, which adds another $200 million a year in various highway, street, and road projects. And these are all administered by Caltrans. So, and local agencies and special districts. So it would be to your advantage to get certified as a DBE and reap the benefits of it. So hopefully with this training, let us help you get started. And thank you.
Thank you so very much. Again, I want to thank our presenters this morning and all of the certifying agencies and panelists that are here today to share this information with you. We definitely hope that you will utilize this information to start your application. And again, our contact information is on that BOC brochure for everyone represented here. Except for Liz. Liz, your the contact information is in the presentation slide. So we thank you so very much for your time this morning. Thank you for hanging with us, and we wish you all well and have to be safe and have a great lunch. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Goodbye.